Emmanuel, God is with us. Emmanuel, God is with us. I come through my heart. I just wanted to show you that it can be done. Yes, the gladiola can grow from behind your hedge. If you plant tall enough gladiola, they will grow their full size, take in the sun from the back of your hedge, and it's just a little bit easier. You know, then you get the beautiful flowers peeking over. It's good to me. My yellow ones are coming. I planted a lot of interesting colors, but I like yellow against the pink. This is pretty too. This is a complementary, beautiful lipstick fuchsia or burgundy. Which would you call that? A fuchsia or a burgundy? The buds are definitely burgundy, and I think it opens up to fuchsia. Oh, it's gorgeous. I love gladiolas. I'm so glad I'm old and I can just grow what I love. I don't have to worry about saying, oh, that looks like an old lady's plant. Of course it does. So do I. Anyway, let's get back to the tour. You know we love our mop heads. And even in Southern California, where these things are a water hog, I keep a little tiny one that I can manage. This year with the El Nino rains, she's needed very little additional water. Now it is coming to the middle of July, and I do have to water for fires. You know, this time of the year in Southern California, we have to start watering to avoid fires. So we have to keep things from being too dry. And she's 100% on board for that plan. It works out for her this year. She didn't receive any hand watering up until the middle of July. That's the first time. And I just stick the watering can inside of her and let it water her roots. You guys, in order to keep her as drought tolerant as possible in Southern California, I actually pour compost into her so that it's like she's growing in a pot, to keep her cool and to keep the moisture in at her roots. So I do that. Underneath that plant is a ball of compost, and I need to do that several times a year to give her extra dirt. And her little leaves are just covering that up nicely so nobody knows but you and I. God bless you with that. This is the tour, so let me keep going. Look at that. She's just so happy. As are the gladiolas. And these dahlias are doing really good. They're not, oh my goodness. I thought that was a bud. I do not use any pesticide. I let my gladiolas fight it out. I have grasshoppers in the garden. I don't consider them a problem. They eat what they eat, and the strong survive. I plant extra. That's why I planted so many dahlias in this small space. I didn't know how many the grasshopper would eat, but thankfully it is not the grasshopper's favorite food. They have eaten some. Boy, when I plant peas, it's a battle. But they have eaten some. But I do have plenty of gladiolas. Oh, you guys, I got some gossip for you. Look at this. Some evil ritualist planted a charm in my garden. Yeah, that's been burned in fire, and witch doctors have done all kinds of stuff to it. You can tell it's been in a witch's pot. And I pulled it out the garden. Even looking at it like this, making my stomach turn. But when you are a Christian, you come, the fight is real. So don't think that you could just pray and all that and it's all good, everybody loves you. No, there's a spirit of hate and death, and we fight against it. And I guess they were trying to curse my garden and curse me because they know I'm here with you all. But I just wanted to let you know. But God didn't let them succeed. My garden, as they are attacking me, is looking the best it ever has looked. All kinds of horrible things have happened. I told you guys about the time when somebody came to my garden and pulled up my bulbs right after I planted them. Since then, a person has come and put poison on some of my plants in order to kill them after I spent a whole bunch of money buying them. I'll show you one over here. My nails are looking wretched. You see that plant there? It looks fabulous, right? But that's not as fabulous as it could look. By the grace of God, you see where it was poisoned? That was the only plant it had at the time, and it was poisoned in order to make sure I wouldn't have cafe au lait. First they tried to steal them, and when God wouldn't let them steal them, they brought poison back. And cafe au lait is one of my top favorite dahlias, and my heart sings and longs for it. So they poisoned it. Not just one, several, I'll show you. But God overcame them. I have that one. Same tuber, but because I bought these with pot tubers underneath them. And because I bought them with pot tubers underneath them, like several tubers, they were able to push through the poison and put out additional plants. Praise the Lord for that. I am so grateful. My pumpkin patch for fall is coming in here. Yeah, you guys, I'm praising the Lord with the harvest. And so my pumpkins don't like the summer, the dry summer heat. They do great on the East Coast in the summer with your humidity, but they do not like the dry summer heat. This is my humid garden. It is partial shade, and as you can see, the foxglove, which I planted on Memorial Day, loves this space. She's just flowering her little head off, just flower buds everywhere. Every time a flower goes, she pulls out a new one. This is going to be a sporadic and long video, I can tell. Buckle up. Yeah, so. But I planted her at the time when it was hot sun on that side and shade on this side. She leaned into the shade, got herself adjusted, and now she's doing her thing. God bless her. There are dahlias over here. Dahlias grow very well in partial shade in my area. I am growing them through the vine. The vine will like to cling on to them, but the vine is woody, so they are growing through the base of the vine, which I like to do. I like growing things behind pots, next to sword lilies, you know, all of that. Here is my first butterfly weed. As you can see, she has seed heads on her, lots of seed heads. She's happy. She has flowers, lots of flowers. There's another mort of somebody coming to my garden and putting poison. I think they were attempting to kill my caterpillars. But God gave me some caterpillars that have turned to butterflies, so I thank him for that. I don't plant this plant for it to look beautiful. I actually plant this plant for it to grow butterflies, so because I want butterflies in my garden. Here's the vine that I like to plant my dahlias through. And you can see the dahlias come through perfectly. And, you know, y'all can do Horde Nova, do all that. Fine. This is what I'm doing. It is relatively free. I have to water this plant. I have to fertilize it. I have to tend to it. And so she has to earn her keep. And she does it very well. Yeah, she works hard in this garden. There's another dahlia growing through her. And another one growing right next to her. I'll probably have to hook that one on. And over here, we have our sage. Oh, I've been waiting so long for these flowers. Look at that, finally. The sage is putting on her flowers at the same time as the regal lilac. Or this might be regale? I don't know how you say it, but the regale, I'm sorry, lily. The regale trumpet lily is putting on her flower buds too. How exciting. So I'll have the purple throated regale. Oh, no, it's not purple throated. The outside is purple and the inside is white. And it'll be offset by the blue sage. This sage is blue. The name is not blue sage. I forgot the name of the sage, but I like it. This sage grows about 4 foot tall. It fills out this whole space. It's just wonderful, and it's full of blooms as long as I take care of it. More dahlias. This is the other one that the devil tried to kill because they know how much this over here. I hope it made it, because these are looking like other flowers. Maybe they took this one out. I don't know. If this is it, if this is my favorite cafe au lait, but it looks a little forward, I don't know. But they poisoned the one over here too. The same people who who attempted to steal my plants, and something scared them off, came back and then attempted to poison them. So it's just the devil. Or maybe this is cafe au lait. I don't know. But I think it survived in here after being poisoned. The poison will kill dahlia very easy. And the person thought that they would harm me. But as you can see, God has overflow for me. God has increase. God has success for me and not failure. I rebuke the spirit of disappointment. I will not be disappointed. I will succeed in all I do. In Jesus' name. And the plans of the wicked will come to naught. Surrounded by fern. This was that lush plant that was flowering. I am the one who, when I was trimming, I must have cut a piece that goes to that spot and it dried out. I used this as a hedge for my, those are scarlet runnet beans. They're going to have a beautiful apricot, peachy, coral flower. We'll see. A light flower instead of the rich orange that I normally grow. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. And then over here, these are little seed-bearing plants, sorghum plants, but they grow short. There they are. You see the little sorghum plant growing short. And then we have some more dahlias here. And I interplanted these dahlias with some zinnias. Some of the zinnias look like they're doing good. Some of the zinnias look like they're on the struggle bus. But you know, as a gardener, we got to try. So I'll just, if it doesn't work, I think it will work though, because that one looks good. And that one's just going the wrong direction. This one over here, if you look closely, it doesn't look like it's, maybe if I water it, it'll do better. But I got two that are looking good. And I got two that look like they're on the struggle bus. We'll try. But the sorghum's looking great. And this is a perennial. It's been here for 2 or 3 years. It was actually a guest in a pot that I got from the nursery. I was buying something else that I planted here. That plant's long gone, and this one's still here. Here's something new, guys. I put more lavender in here. This is lavender head coat, and I put that behind my Grosso because the Grosso's doing so well here. I thought I'd try some other lavenders here. The Grosso's filling out really good. And so I put some head coat lavender behind it. And one of them went in the shock. You know, lavender's so temperamental. And who knows why. Seems to be doing a little better now. But then these lavenders are all doing great. And I have to just keep these trimmed up because when lavenders are getting themselves established, if anything covers them up, even though they can take partial shade in my area, if anything covers them up, they want to have a fit. And so I got these going. These are not true head coat lavenders because they have a bloom that has sometimes 3 blooms on it. And true head coat lavenders only carry a single bloom. But it's all right. I'm okay with it. You see this right here? You see this tri-bloom? That's a sign of a hybrid. And I've seen some of that on these that are calling themselves head coat. So they may be misnamed. I don't know. But they're beautiful. And I will buy some more when they have them. I may end up replacing this one because it had a hissy fit. But it seems to be coming back now. This one, have you ever seen a lavender wilt? Oh, that one is wilting, you guys, in the sun, a lavender. But that's just because I planted it in this heat and it's getting a lot of sun. So that's what it's doing. But I'm hoping for it to fill out this area and be a statement for my garden. So this is my topiary form that I'm doing with lavender and pizziporum. This is pizziporum. I don't even bother with boxwood. I know it's cute and everything. And pizziporum does not really care to be pruned like that, but it is a very neat growing plant. So why not try? Okay. And there's my gladiolas again. I'll show you that one probably in another video if I catch it. It's beautiful. That's my favorite color. Oh, that salmon of all the gladiolas I grow right now, that's my favorite. And here's my the short lily of the Nile is Peter Pan, and this is one that I got that I don't know the name of, but it is gorgeous, finally in bloom. I'll show you the roots of those another day. And that's a little, this is not pizziporum here. This is a little shrub that grows a little bit higher than pizziporum, and I have it flanking pizziporum. There's one right here, and there are 2 right there. I only want one over there, but 2, I'm okay with that, you know, it's nice. And maybe I'll grow a shrub behind it that grows taller to give it 3 levels, but not right now. The iris is filling out and walking forward, so I'll probably have to trim the back iris because I'm a tiny garden and I can only have so much iris. I need to find something to put in the front here to give it a, I like 3 levels. So I got these right here, and they've been here for years. They finally got a little bit taller. They finally got to 6 inches. So I'm very happy about that. And I leave my old iris flower stalks. I like them. They still look like flowers to me, you know, even though the flowers are long gone, that little bit of white they leave, I like it, so I leave it. Here is my Goodwin Creek lavender, And as you can see, she's currently in partial shade. She will get the full afternoon sun for a few hours, and she's fine with that. Partial shade most of the day, full sun only, for a few hours in the summer. And you see she's blooming her little head off. She's blooming her little head off. And on the other side of her are dahlias. And here's another. I gotta go around and show you that one. I think I can zoom in. This is the other of my cafe lays. It was so big and pretty. And that evil person had tried to steal these bulbs, but they came back and poisoned it. That one that's really, really short right there, that is Cafe au lait. And by the grace of God, it's recovering from poison. And I have prayed on it, and the testimony is coming. The devil is attacking the saints today, but I am going to show that devil what the word prayer warrior means. It is time for Jesus to show out, and trust me, you will see my prayers in action. The person will confess, and it will be on my channel. They will confess, and they will plead and cry for mercy, because you don't go up against God's children with the full force of the devil on your back without coming into judgment. I had red, white, and blue here. Only this plant did decent. So this is the one I left. I need to pull some of those out, but it's still blooming its little head out. It's so gorgeous. I just love it. And the tree's doing great. Underneath there, this pot doesn't have any holes in it, so underneath there is an ocean of water. And I put some blue fountain in there, and most of it died because it was so much water. But this blue fountain has survived and learned how to grow in water, because in that pot at the bottom, it is just growing in water, like it's reached down to the underground river. Trees are okay with that, but other things aren't. You guys know about me buying my mosquito ward-off plant. That's where I like to sit. So that's where my mosquito plant is, and I pet it when I go over there to release the scent, Centinella. And so far, the Lord has blessed me. I haven't been bit by any mosquitoes. And I use the shade of these palm trees to sit underneath, because otherwise it would be too much sun for me this time of year. It's hot, guys. It's hot. It's hot. That's all I got to say is, oh my goodness, it's hot. Let's go back out here. And I'm hot. I shouldn't even mention heat, because the heat's hotter when I talk about it. I replanted these. I've had these for 15 years, and I've never gotten flowers off of them. I was told they were daylilies. I don't know. We'll see. And I have some cuttings of this lime pelargorum, and I am going to put them over here, because I want 3 now, because I really like this color welcoming you into this particular border, because I can see this from 200 yards away, and it really accents this border and brings it out, so it's beautiful. I planted some more zinnias. You can see them, little teeny things. When you plant in heat, you have to plant smaller, because I couldn't water in a big plant. It just wouldn't work. There's seeds coming from my amaryllis, so if anybody were local, there'd be plenty of seeds. The bees are thoroughly enjoying the lavender. At first they weren't. I was thinking, oh, they're not gonna come to the lavender. She's buzzing. But there's one bee that it's her favorite and she's enjoying it, so that's good. Another butterfly weed. This one's starting to flower. Starting to set seed, and that's why they call it weed, because yeah, it pulls up all over the place, but it's easy to pull it out. It's not a big deal. It's easy to maintain its shape. It's an easy plant. I know it's getting a bad rap, but hey, I'm from a tropical area. This is a tropical plant. It suits my garden. I have butterflies because of it. And up until I get another solution, I planted some basil in here too, to go behind. I thought that this dark purpley basil, I thought would look beautiful behind this lime perlegoum. So I got that started. I hope it works out. My garden is only hot enough for basil in July and August, so I don't have a long season of heat. I have a long season of spring. I cut this one back earlier when I took cuttings. I don't know that I got any cuttings to take, but it rejuvenated my plant, so now it's filling out. It's not looking as leggy as it was. In the fall, I may cut her again to see if I can get her to fill out more, because it looks like one branch is filled out, one branch is given on the tips, and these others are still trying to grow just on the tips, but I want them full and lush like that branch. So that's what I'm trying to get. This iris didn't bloom this year, but it's looking gorgeous, so I don't understand that. But I will maybe not grow irises in this spot if they won't bloom for me in this spot. And next to that we have our Galaria, which is once we got the heat, she just filled out. It's been like 80 degrees, you guys. That's what I'm calling heat. So all of y'all talking about Southern California got high heat. No, it hit 80, and I consider it sweltering. And so does she. You know, in this dry weather, 80 is a lot to bear. And this plant, which I got from the nursery, is flowering very, very well. It's a butterfly lavender. It's beautiful. Let me see if I can get you a better shot of it. I love the combination of that purple butterfly lavender with the bright orange and gold of the Galaria blanket flower. Just gorgeous. And if this one would have given me a flower, that would have been even better. A few sunflowers have escaped the birds. Thank God for that. Very few. It's tough. It's tough over here. I can show you my sunflower seeds that I planted. And I will. Because they were eaten and they threw the shells right on the surface to let me know, don't even look for sunflowers from those. I planted this whole thing in sunflowers. I planted gladiolus. They dug up the gladiolus. But the gladiolus grow on the surface in Southern California, so I'll just come out here with some more dirt and cover them up there and call it a day. I think they were looking for more sunflower seeds. Sunflowers have to germinate very quickly around here. This is Blue Fountain again. The light is making it show white. It's actually the darkest royal blue. That's the actual color. That right there is just the sunlight on it, creating that color. And I like that royal blue with this Coupea, which is a hot red with a yellow lip. I think that's so flamboyant. And then we have this hot orange with a golden flower. Just gorgeous. Lovely. And one sunflower escaped them. I don't know what kind it is. Maybe the seed was so small, or maybe they were full by the time this one got to it. And you see my sunflower seed on the surface there, taunting me? All of my sunflower seeds, I was planting to get plants, and they let me know that they ate them. Yeah. So all those people telling you, oh, just plant them in the ground, they'll grow. If they don't get eaten, they'll grow. If they get eaten, the judgment is settled. They have finished their course. And one of my sunflowers is missing that was growing. I had 3 of these chocolate cherries that survived. And it looks like I have 2 now. But thank God for the 2. I will plant some more. I'm just gonna have to plant them in a container and watch out. And you know, that way for fall, I'm gonna have a big sunflower display over here. And of course, we'll have these flowers on the outside. And then we'll have the pumpkins and the marigolds. See the little marigolds I planted there? I'll be putting some things on the porch to decorate, depending on whatever I can grow. And I'm hoping to, you know, have a really nice, festive celebration of the Lord's harvest. Here's another gladiola. I have 2 different yellow gladiolas, and this one is not my favorite. Whatever kind gets this red stripe on it, I don't really care for that type of gladiola. The twisting on this gladiola is because we had overcast up until this week. We had overcast in July. So this gladiola was trying to find the sun, and it did. Eventually, when the sun came out. So, and let me try to get in a spot where I can show you what I'm hoping to be a showpiece garden with the flowers just exploding out of here. This is what it looks like to start. God bless you.